game, fresh start. Yes, those basics will transfer pretty handedly for the more experienced players here. But again, let's take a look at what we're seeing composition-wise. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a distinct lack of potentially a pick here, Puckett.
Yeah, the green lady's missing. The wall builder, not on your defensive team. You can see Relics is going to go with the Omen. And it's going to be Shinobi, who normally plays that Sage, has rotated over to a Breach role. Something where we can see a lot of support, but there is no heals for our defenders.
I wonder how this is going to work. And the thing is, I also want to take a pinch of salt. It's hard to figure out, is this an even matchup skill-wise? Can we put complete credit behind being able to run this without that Sage? We'll have to see if they run this deeper in the tournament, potentially, or if Mixup can punish it right now. That's the big thing for me is, Mixup has more of a closer traditional roster. I think Phoenix is a little bit of a curveball, but it's not a bad one. It looks like the B-side hit's going to be coming in. We'll see if Mitch and the gang can hold this well. They're in a really good position for this. They've been able to get 3 players over to the right side, so this should work out well, potentially.
First round of the quarterfinals underway. Physics going to get the opening pick, but Shinobi answers back. Kills are being traded back and forth, but it's going to be the attackers with advantage. Rotation is through, though, so look for the elbow push to come. Breach and Raze stacked up, but already 4 defenders on site, and Relics just waiting for this peak. He's got to get through the player on box, and it's not going to happen. A Proto holding it down. 3rd in the round, and might as well see the 4th coming from Stellar. Nice attack as everyone eases their way into the B-bomb site, and Proto making sure no one gets through his hookah.
All right, Mixup, let's go. I mean, all right. Look, honestly, I come into this, my mind always going to think Cloud9 is setting the bar, right? Like, that's it. They're the favored ones. But again, I remember watching a team not too long ago in a tournament who literally never won pistol rounds as well. The CIS teams, the old Russian squad out there, they were god tier, anything but pistols. So, I mean, it can be what it is. Again, it should give you 2 rounds potentially in the bag. It's what normally would happen. So we'll see if they keep it nice and clean. That's what you want. You want a clean round here. Hop in, nice 2-piece, going to collect that for free. This, again, you've got to go through the motions of what to achieve here is you don't drop guns. You try and ensure maybe a spike plant here or there would be nice as well, a little bit of cash to be had, and you just keep that utility safe. You don't need to use as much to crack these sites open as you traditionally would.
Hopping with the opening picks is going to soften up the defense, and you can see it's the rotation now through in the back. Kills in front of the wall as it's going to be Relics finding Physics, but Jack is there. Spike is being planted, and they have to get through the wall. Stellar's holding the door, though, with the SMG, and that is going to find a headshot on Mitch. So now last man standing with no healer on the planet. Vice alone in the 1 versus 3.
Nice done. Losing on 2, not the end of the world. I wonder if anyone sat on the Ghost there to be able to, I think Physics did kind of go very cheap on that purchase. Again, I'm always interested if people go very, very cheap on these second rounds, because the 3rd round, obviously, if you don't win the first 2, generally, it's really hard to explain. But you guys know what I mean. Most of the people in the chat by now have watched this game. But yeah, by 3rd round, if you didn't win the first 2, the team who's down 0-2 has the better purchase coming back in. This is a big fight back. So Cloud9, if you kind of follow the ebb and flow of these games, they should be set up on a pretty solid buy. It's Vandals, Phantoms, it's good armor, it's good utility. They should be safe in this. Now, I want to see if there's anything unique going to come out from the attackers, because this is a chance to throw that curveball, to try and get something like caught out, right? Try and get something maybe a little unique here. You see early utility being used to get long control. What would I be?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of distractions at hookah from the attackers, but the spike is down over at A. They're going to try and ease their way through the showers. Tripwires are going to be waiting for him. Vice with the camera, scouting it all out. Meanwhile, Phoenix trying to get pushed up. This is Jack. He's the in-game leader for this squad, working alongside Hoppin for Team Mixup. And they're just looking for early information. A lot of utility has been invested from the attacking squad, though. And I have to think this is playing in favor of the defense.
For now. 50 seconds left. This hit could still become pretty... I like what Jack's doing, keeping their attention, keeping players dedicated towards B. You don't want to allow that player to cheat over early to hit those rotations. You do have an interesting comp over here. I think we're so used to seeing Cypher sitting on that B side, but they've transitioned that away, flipped it over, the smokes are up. I can imagine a little wall's going to come down, very traditional sight hit. This should be standard part of the course, and as I expected it is, but for now the slice going down and no one can stop that. 10s could do some work here, though.
Everyone crashing on A, but look at this. 2 defenders are still at the B bomb site. They thought someone was B long lurking. Now they'll finally use this portal and try and pinch. Great job by the people playing A site, though, to stay up. That's going to be Relics on the Omen, slowing it down with his smoke. The Race has used all of her utility. That is Tens trying to slow it down. Here comes the Brim ult, though, to open up the shower attack. They prevented any spike plant, but now just 2 remaining. It's the Brim and Breach left up for Cloud9.
See if they got anything. Jack's already found Shinobi. This is Mitch surrounded on all fronts, and he knows he's done for. Let's take a second. 4 alive spike plant, money's going to be sick. They've been able to upgrade all those weapons, and they've hit that 3rd round. Now the money's going to be bad for C9. This is going to be an awakening. It's a bit of a wake-up call. I would say on this map, I don't say attack bias traditionally. I've seen very good defensive teams. I think you get a little bit more to work with on attack. That's my personal preference. I think, you know, people can discuss that for sure. Regardless, I'm really surprised that Cloud9 barely made a dent in these boys. I'm not surprised that they won the round. Clearly, Mixup is solid, but that's a little surprising. That's a little bit...
Lauren, they have 4 kills through 3 rounds. Let's just say it. Like 4 kills through 3 rounds is an uncloud-like opening. This is going to be a very tough push here for the defense. Stacked up on B. They wanted to surge forward on the Raze. It's not going to happen. Relic still playing his corner, just spamming through the smoke. But you're on pistols. Your opponent not only has cash for this round, they have it for at least 2 more rounds after this. You just want to pick up a few guns, maybe survive at the end of this round. But I don't think as a defender, you are expecting to take this win.
I'd be really surprised if Mixup do go through hookah, just because it's such a close choke point. It's very dangerous, and you can stack it out super easy, so shotguns, you know, like the Buckies, do become way more viable. And I love this use of Raze now kind of clearing corners. You know, nice combination with the flash in, going to force up the angle, clean, really nice work, very well considered. Ten's going to show off a little bit with that crisp aim, just locking.
Okay, Tens.
Out of there, but quickly dealt with. Again, no one's going to ever doubt the abilities that are on Cloud9, the individual players. We know they're nuts. But if I'm honest, as a collective, Mixup looks really solid. They cleaned out hookah really well. They got first contact. They're like, okay, maybe they've stacked because they're on a pistol round. This game's nice to you. It shows you the money on the other side, so you get that little information. And they approached it well. They didn't rush it. They used their utility to clear. I love it. And I've loved seeing Raze become that big counter to someone like Cypher, for example, being able to clear out everything in the way, clear out these nuisance corners. This is going to be a harder game than I think Cloud9 expected, and we do see an operator out to play.
Fortunately for everyone competing today, this is going to be best of 3s throughout the quarterfinals. If you were watching the tournament yesterday, it was basically best of 1s all the way up to the finals. Today, everyone gets at least 2 maps. A Proto making noise outside of hookah as he does at the beginning of every single round. There is a player in the portal, though, and of course they heard somebody come through, but do they know that Skylar is ready to pounce? Relics, of course, has his paranoia, could lead his way into a frag, but first he's just going to listen. Purposefully making noise outside of that portal. And it's only a matter of time before we see the action. 2 players also stacked up on B to defend this, but you can see the rotation on the mini-map. Those red dots all making their way towards A.
Huge info. This should make Breach rotate now. Look towards the minimap. You can see it. His little late play there, playing patiently, now means that they can have 3 players correctly on the A side. They can hit a quick rotation as well from B. Good read from the defending side, but they weren't able to control this hit last time. Now they have to. 25 seconds late in the day, though. If there's utility left on the defensive team, this could slow it down.
Through the smoke, Tens finds the rocket. Not done yet. Gonna get a second on Proto. So 2 attackers down, 3 more stacked up in front. They are playing this position perfectly, but out comes the op from Physic.
All the time. 7, 6, keep your eyes on the clock. This is important. Spike has been taken down. It looks like it's done for. GG. No getting away from that. Defenders pick it up. I want to talk about this as a learning lesson or something to keep in mind. I like slow defaults. Let's almost ignore the Omen just kind of trash that round for them. Like, let's ignore Relics just 10-heading that. But let's kind of go to what an attacking side, if they take too long to do something, if they're being very patient, you could see them trying to draw the utility away from B, putting a little bit of presence over towards hookah. It didn't drag out too much. So by the time they hit A, they had like 30 seconds, maybe 28. I mean, the problem is the defensive side then had all their utility. You saw the ultimate out from 10, so much time to be bought. Maybe a bit of aggression here could shake things up for the defensive team.
You need it around. Number 5 is now in the books for Cloud9, their first of the series. Relics again going inside the portal. And it looks like we've got another stalemate. Long B just got picked not once but twice, though, as Stellar comes clean on the Phantom.
And I like this consistency from Relics, and looking at this, it's going to constantly make the attacking side paranoid. This is a really good way to get in someone's head, and just it gives them so much info. They can just cheat players around. Now, obviously, they are down to just 3 players here, which kind of changes the entire pacing of it. But if he'd been able to, again, just been a huge information gathering machine, that would have been perfect. But for now, you're going to see the attacking side have a pretty clean take here. I doubt Tens can hold this off on his own.
Relic, of course, also with his teleport, if needed, could use that Omen ultimate. Don't expect it to happen now, though. In a 2 versus 5, they may decide just to keep their weapons, and judged by the minimap, it looks like they're going to back up and play this one safe, giving up that A-bomb site. And Lauren, I'm going to need to drop for a second. I'm going to restart my Discord, hopefully get a little clearer picture. We'll rejoin you in 30 seconds.
You and me both, buddy.
Okay.
You're all right. You're missing out on nothing. It's a clean save round. So you're all good. We can talk about this though. We can kind of talk to myself, which I normally do, but I get it's ridiculous. I get paid for it. It's crazy. But the point is, for now, Cloud9 need to kind of shake things up. I'd like to see some defensive aggression. For now, again, Relic's just trying to keep hold of the rifle and everything else. The round has already escaped them. There's not much more to be done. But on this point, I would love to see some defensive-sided aggression to get some control back into this matchup. It's at the moment they're being overrun and they don't have information. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
There we go. Oof. Okay, we're looking good again on my
Remote
side.
production, guys. It's not easy. Technology around the world, but we're making it work now. We can make out the player names. Everything is clean. It looks like we got a big buy coming in for the attackers as expected. Mitch, he's got his pistol, also AR in that backpack. They finally have guns. Can they put them to use? They've been letting this kind of boom button force them out of hook at the start of every round. This time, no early action from the Rays, but the headshots instead, as Proto not only finds Shinobi, will also clean up Mitch. 2 down. It's just 3 defenders left, and the Omen by himself at the B site.
Good luck, Omen. Goodbye, Relics.
Yeah.
It didn't work so good.
Are you worried at all about this no Sage comp? As it seems they have very few utility to slow down the hookah push.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. I don't think it's the biggest problem right now. Honestly, Mixup are just running through Cloud9. I haven't seen them being able to stall out utility, apart from the one round that they actually won. You know what I mean? Like, and I said, maybe that is a problem that comes along with not having Sage, is you lack that ability to kind of put a wall, slow it down. I get it. Like, it's definitely an issue, but I don't think you'd see it at a 6-1 scoreline being an issue. And yeah, you could argue this is an attack-sided map. Or not attack-sided, but it is comfortable to play on the attack. I want to put it that way.
Right.
I'm surprised. I just feel like Cloud9 feels flat. They don't feel warmed up to me. It doesn't look like they're warm in this. And I guess if you're Mixup, right, and you're the underdog, what do you have to lose? You come in, you frag out, right? You got no pressure. I mean, Tens is, the Cloud9 roster, and of course he's fragging out now, but, we're not casual gamers here. I don't need to hype up exit kills for you guys at home. Yeah. You're fine. But the point is, it's like, where is this coming from? And I don't know, when do I get excited by this, Puckett? When do you start believing that, yep, that's going to be the scoreline? 6-1, they're just going to run it through.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting nervous. Can we check in on the money? If our observers could start checking out the scoreboard in between rounds, that'd be awesome. Yeah, looking at the cash here, after this buy, you're sitting on $0 for Shinobi. Relics can't even get a full buy this round. They are in dire straits if they do not come up clutch on this defense.
I'm worried. Like, okay, so let's put this as the marker, right? Get it going now or you're in danger. This is a quick bit of utility shown towards A from the attacking side. They've got a lean there, but they don't have the spike there. They still have presence over by B long, so they're keeping somewhat of a default with an A lean. Now, Tens this time. Instant fight, instant frag. Jack goes down and it's a different look. It's the first time we've seen the opening pick really go to Cloud9's side.
And that was, of course, the Omen staying on the A site. They normally have been stacking 3 over at B. This time around, switching up the positions and 10s with the opening. There is a Resurrect still available from your attackers, though, so Mixup can clearly throw up that wall, bring back their fit. That Stellar is moving up here to do exactly that.
Your duty is not over.
Off your feet!
Quite nice having a Sage, isn't it?
Yeah. Bringing them back. They waste that breach ult as well, kind of baiting it from the defense. Very nice work coming in from Mixup, and they have 2 players still to beat, but it's just 1 tripwire, and this is going to be a really tough hold coming in from Shinobi as well as Mitch.
Good luck, boys. This is a late round hit. Let's not forget that. 30 seconds, hitting this late. And with 10 starting to warm up, starting to feel out of the game, it's becoming a bit of a problem. Jack does find relics now. He's still got 10s on A. Keep your eyes on 10s. He's the man who could stop this. 20 HP on Jack. Gonna try and get a quick kill. 10 says no. That's 4. 10s is holding this all by himself. Went for the ultimate and loses out because of it. Maybe if he just stuck with the gun, he could have done more. But now he's given his team a chance for the first time. And it's all off the back of an individual piece from 10s.
Spike and Infinite, or sorry, Mitch and Infinite working their way towards the Spike, I should say. Looking at the U-Haul. No, 10s is somewhere. And it's going to be a proto actually on that raise around the corner. Vice is going to find him, and now Mitch looking for the pit. Where's the lurker? It's hopping in the back. Nice headshot on Vice. 1v1, lots of time. Brim ult is going to stall out the Spike, so no defuse can come through for at least 5 seconds. This is Mixup's round. Where is it? No time.
I mean, how much could 10s do for the team, man?
He killed Jack twice. That's got to feel good.
God damn, that's rough. Yeah. I just don't know if I like a non-Sagey roster. I get it, but it just feels like you're just like, yeah, we'll just plug out. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I feel like you get so much kind of like breathing room when you have a Sage. You get, you know, that nice kind of like slowing, controlling ability on the defensive side. On attack, you get loads. You know, she's got good utility. I mean, I don't mind teams switching up these compositions to pick up more utility. Like, I like an Omen. I like a Viper. I think these are some really nice picks that can be really working for a roster. Do I like a composition that's just, it feels too puggy to me? It feels like I don't know if I like the breach in there as well as the Omen, and because it look, I feel like this composition for Cloud9 is very attack biased. Like that roster, like it feels like you can really entry in with it, but to defend with it, it seems pretty lacking. Again, maybe an experiment gone wrong. We are in best of 3 territory, so they do have time to have to do the clean run back, right? For now, contact piece over towards B long, basically keeping quiet until contact, and then bursting on the site, not using utility, and as so, doing pretty well with it. You know, they're literally on the site, and there's no one there to stop them.
Mitch is forced back in that CT hallway. They've fully given up the site. Jack peeking, flashing. Is buying time as the Spike goes safely down. Now the ops start coming out as Kazik's going to find Mitch. Everyone all stuck in one hallway. The ultimate comes out from the Omen, trying to flank, but Jack is holding the door on the back end. That is now 3 kills for Jack in this round. Down to 11 health, but still has an ultimate to work with, and I don't think they're going to need it.
We'll see. Relix's position's pretty tasty on this. Touch on the Spike brings out the player, and the shutdown between Relix and 10s, a very well comprised retake.
I was looking at the minimap, Lauren, and I did not see a way that Relix was going to make his way onto site. The fact that they were able to hit those headshots and push through together at the same time shows you that he and 10s have been working on their retakes a bit. Take a look at this one more time. Shout out to our production crew, getting live replays in the remote production. We're taking Valorant to the next level here. Jack doing some work, but it is not enough. 2-7 after our first 9 rounds. And if you're a Cloud9 fan, you got to think, all right, guys, we can win this out. Let's just put 3 more on the board, finish one at 5-7, and then take it into our game when it's our turn to attack.
I love the. Look, I'm just going to say this right now. Just because it's a pistol round, and if they start picking it up, I'll pay a little bit more attention. Actually, they've got heavy armor with it. I'll keep my waffling until after this. I want to see what they do with it.
$1,500 buy.
Ghosts? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty hefty investment, and these pistols are viable. I love this piece, but Proto already going to take down Relics, but Ten's there with the operator doing some damage. And you can see the Satchel is going to be able to slow down the roll. Jack goes down, and Ten's is such a threat. So much spam utility, so much nuisance utility, hindering spike plants, taking planters off it. And now you can see the retake has to begin. It's going to be hard to hold. They only had pistols, remember.
Having that Cypher up is so big for Cloud9 late in the round. Tagging the Sage on the other side of the ice wall. Now you can see as everyone is stacked up, ready to push in. Vice is going to do all the work from it by himself. 4 players remain with guns in hand. That is great for the economy of Cloud9. Mix-Up, as you mentioned, though, they bought that armor. Not just the Ghost in this round, taking a little bit of a lower than half buy, a quarter buy, we'll call it. But this could put them in an interesting scenario with just 2 rounds to go in our first half.
Yeah, I was literally just saying, like, I'm so used to not being able to, like, critique some of the individual, like, player choices. You know, streamer fans get pretty wild out there. But, like, I look over at chat during this, and it's like, everyone's, like, you know, I see all the semi-pros coming out, all the people in the team, and they're like, why didn't he use TP? What the hell? What the hell are they doing? I love it. I love seeing some, like, competitive ideas coming out already. This is my kind of conversation. Big round though, 3-7. You know, the half can look pretty drastic. Mix-Up to find any more rounds. It's an incredibly strong half. You know, as I said, MR12 sitting like this is pretty nuts. This should be the go signal. That's a nice little piece to counter the ultimate, I guess. That kind of neutralizes it. It's pretty, I'd say, a worthwhile investment of that. You know, that flash.
$200. I'll use that. Yep. 100% Relics.
Absolutely. Nice work from Relics to buy time here. Look at this utility usage. This is why I actually really do quite like Omen. I've been a fan of, you know, using this, and it has let 10 start to rotate towards B. So we might see a correct stack here potentially from the defensive side. If they felt out this attack, if they feel it's bait, for now, again, does Omen feel safe enough to control A, or can they get overrun over towards B?
They still have that Cypher camera, and as soon as they hear the portal, they know it is going to be go time, most likely on the B bomb. But Spike is stacked up at the portal on the opposite side. Mitch finds the opening too, though, as they will commit inside B. Physic caging forward. Op, not the best weapon at this range, and he's going to have to get the Spike down inside the tube.
Can't take the Spike.
Oh my word. Good luck.
You're out of here.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen at all. And it is a world of a Brimstone v Brimstone. Now the combat stim gonna give it away, and the swing even better. Hop in, you nuts. Hopping out the window and hopping another round on the board. This is a big pickup for Mix-Up. These guys are playing really good. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, 7 to 5 on the half. Hey, it doesn't look so bad. If it's more than that, it feels real bad. It feels real bad, is what I'm gonna say.
Mitch doing a nice job getting those opening picks, but didn't get the important one. Loses the 1v1 versus Hop-In as the round goes in favor of the attackers, 8-3. And it might be a 9th one on the board. You look at the Bulldog coming out for Relics. However, Tens is invested in the op. He also has the full armor. Already at 15 kills. Can he be the hero they need at the A site? That looks where the attackers are stacking up early.
There.
Right there. That's all we gotta know. Thank you, Tens. Side hit comes through, and this is, again, the set piece. This is the bait over on B long, which is fine. But again, Tens has always come away with maybe 1-2 kills out of it. So I don't doubt it yet, but he's going to have to make something work with this. Nothing found with the utility this time. It looks like the attacker side of Mix-Up has worked out what was going on. A delayed piece, but the spike has gone down. Relics is still able to stand and slow this hit to the ground.
Ooh, there you go. Jack taken down again. Tens, I'm so used to him playing on Jet, flying around all the high spots at the A site. Here he's just staying low, even when he's ulting on the Rays. Staying grounded. One player pushing him through the U-Haul. Doesn't know where they're at. Has teammates to watch every corner, though. And, of course, with Spike down, they got to be feeling comfortable. The B rotation could finally come in from the Sage. But 38 seconds left on the site. You just got to buy time. Push through the smoke comes Hop-In, but Shinobi is there to answer with 2. At the end of this, Lauren, we're looking at a 4-8, though. This is not the defensive half you're looking at. I guess mining anything that could come crazy out of Stella here with 20 seconds.
Headshot.
I mean, show me the money, Stella. Let's see what you got. Let's see if there's anything left in the tank. That was clean. I could see a world in it happening, but it doesn't. And the reason when you look at a scoreline and it gets to like 8-4 or anything where it's like, you know, it's that one-sided, the problem becomes that a pistol round can cost you basically your run, and then the economy can hold you back to such a degree that, you know, unforced and forced errors can lose you a game. So it's like, MR12 is brutal. It is genuinely brutal. I love MR12. Like, this is my jam. I played Call of Duty, so Search and Destroy was always MR12. I am a filthy casual at heart. But the point is that it's like, it makes sense to me because every round is so important, and maybe some mismanaging of the economy we saw coming out cost them a potential round. But let's see if this translates, because I feel like Cloud9's roster is a little more suited to the attacking side, at least with the Breach and the Omen. I think you can get a big deal of pressure on that, some nice utility, and I wonder if Mixup can hold on to this big lead.
And also, I love that the Omen smokes come back. If anyone is new to this game, your purple creature, we call him the Omen. Those smokes come back every 30 seconds. You can spread them out for your feints early on to apply pressure, try and move up the map. You see, checking every corner on the hookah, making a little bit of noise. That Breach is going to clear the corner, so he doesn't have to check his left. Relics, though, not going to be forcing this one through the hookah. It looks like they're going to be targeting the A site after the Cypher's camera lights up too.
And I love that, the fact you mentioned, you know, the reusable smokes. It's so strong. So strong. Anyway, into this. It looks like a hefty lean towards A. Again, Omen still putting down utility pieces towards B to keep their interest there. The smoke towards hookah is going to, you know, keep their vision limited. And a nice spot from Tens and a quick hit coming off the back of it, using the smoke set just to create a small avenue towards that U-Haul side. There's those slow down pieces coming up from the defensive team, but it looks like they're going to continue this way through U-Haul, and they haven't actually picked up a kill just yet.
Proto was hit by the paranoia, finally able to get clear sight once again, but he's given up the U-Haul. Spike down, 2 players protecting U-Haul, the other ones all spread out around the back end of the attacking side of A. And they're just playing time here.
It's a hard retake. I mean, 5v5, that's just a lot of bodies in your way, right? And a time limit to do it. They've got to go now. They've got to make their stance noted. Tends to find Jack, but it's traded. These are all traded back, so it's definitely not over just yet.
Proto is clean, not once, but twice. Goes for the half defuse. Can he get it halfway? Teammate covered him, and Stellar is going to find the last remaining player as the brim falls. The round will be now 9-4 in favor of Mixup. Defense playing that one calmly. They get the 3-man rotate from back B and get back on the site after some nice headshots coming in from A Proto.
I swear, the Ghost is so like the USPS to me. It's like sometimes when I use it, I just feel like everything hits and it's so easy and smooth. You know what I mean? Like you're just bopping heads. And then for some reason, the guy who stood still, I just pepper his body with an entire clip, and I'm like, I don't know what's happened to me. I've fallen apart. But 9-4. So you'll imagine this goes 10-4. And then maybe 10-5, and then we got game on. But 10-5 is a pretty commanding scoreline. Flash, aggression, and they go and push on this. I think they've got info. This was meant to be a B piece early on. Ooh. And an overpush. Tens is going to punish that. The man's got aim, and he's got some accuracy to back it up. Jack goes down, but the defensive side can fall away here.
And Tens, of course, is able to push up and get that weapon if he wants as well. It looks like it might have been the Cypher to scoop that up from the defenders. Physics going to be holding the garden, and that is where 2 players are approaching. The Rays, Tens, trying to break through. Physics with the weapon advantage, though, versus the Sheriff, and won't even take fire.
Nice from Mitch. This is excellent. They've got a spike plan out of this.
And that was the classic pistol coming through, Lord.
Yeah. There's life in them yet. Here we go. Still a bit of utility there. Oh, look at this. This could be theirs. I mean, this is tricky. Popping with the smokes. You're going to see the play back in now through the Omen smokes. That was, you know, going out gray like that is always going to be harder. Proto, though, clutched it out last time. Going to have to be tasked to do it again. 1v1. Never easy. Look at all this utility. Slow him down. Revealing location. And sadly, you can't get away from Vice in that. Just kind of hunted down in the end. Kept a track of. And Cloud9 turned it early. It's, you know, life back in him yet.
What a round. 10 sets it all up with the first pick, and then they worked their way through Long B. Just had the numbers to make their way onto the site after the spike was down. Vice coming up clutch again. That is now 2 big rounds from Vice. I'd give Skylar MVP from some of the earlier rounds that they won, but Cloud9, only 5 to their name after the first 14. Let's see if they can keep it rolling as money is back to even. And we are 2 away from the ultimate here for 10. Of course, Rays with a rocket prepared on defense.
Look at this push-up. They pushed up into the smoke. Tens turns it on. Tens, you're so good at this game. Tens! He's just like, I don't fall for your cheesy stuff. Get out of here. It's just so good.
Just sitting on the barrel in the corner, confident in his aim. 1, 2, 3, all the pistols down. And Mixup with the full save, it appears, as this is going to be an easy 5v1. The Cypher working around the back. It's going to run into tens any moment. All right, if we could, Observer, we got a lot of time here. Can you pull up our numbers? What are we looking at financially?
Poverty.
Trouble for Mixup next round.
Let's see. Yeah, Fizzy goes down. Not too surprising. I mean, I've got to say, I guess a deep smoke, but it's just the fact that Ten's like just sat there, just so quick to turn that flash. We got to watch it back again here. Just like as soon as Phoenix flashed through, Tens was having none of it. Look at this. Like, straight out. I mean, and I don't discredit. I actually like defensive teams doing this. If you're up a couple around, I mean, run it back. Go for these sort of things. Like, go for the aggressive play. Try and do something a little out there. Obviously, there's a time limit on it while you can do it, right? But,
yeah.
Damn. That was, I like the idea, but man, Tens is picking up here.
Early fault line out by Shinobi, checking B long. It will be the spike here. Shinobi, we talked to him before the tournament. Formerly played Sage in almost all of their online broadcasted matches. Now has put the Sage away in favor of the Breach. Says he likes to play with the squad and really just enable his players to make them as comfortable as possible on the map. He's going to do the dirty work. He's going to worry about the flashes. He's going to worry about the bomb plants. But it's going to be Tens who is spring to get the first pick. This time around, though, Stellar was waiting. Hits him through the wall for the headshot. It's a 4-on-5 attackers at the disadvantage. And they're about to see Spike long B. He might have just been seen there.
I just want to see what the plan is here. How do they get this back? How do you get physical at the angle? I guess you
Not
don't
that
is
way.
the answer. Yeah, you can't just step into that. These boys are watching these angles, and yeah, one by one. Oh, look at that cam as well. Super nice. And just kind of fall around. I love a hyper-mobile operator player. We saw over in Europe a couple of players really showing off with this, kind of, very different styles to it. But, obviously they're going to account for long angles. Now you've got the switch up physic here, hitting up towards hookah. And again, making it so hard to try and, get rid of that presence. I don't want you to do on the attacking side now. You got 20 seconds. Pick a site and just try and hit it as hard as you can.
Yeah, it looks like A is going to be the plan, led by the Brimstone. Mitch is looking for the opening picks. He still has the Cypher with him. And out comes the rocket on the defensive end. Not finding anyone, but a Proto making its presence known, finds Mitch and more.
On the mud.
I like the blind rockets. You just got to feel so good when it connects through the smoke. Everyone down. Easiest defuse of your life. Proto continues to rack up the kills. What are the numbers right now? If we could look at our star fraggers, the Raze is always at the top in your pub games. No surprise to see here. Proto at 16, Tens on 21 on the other side. But the next highest is Mitch at 10. That's going to spell some trouble for Cloud9.
Yeah, it is. And that was a clean round from Mixup. That operator, I don't think they'd maybe accounted for. They hadn't seen that look from them yet. It's going to be fun to see if that becomes a common problem for them down the end of the road. But for now, I don't actually see it in the roster. So maybe you've just moved away from that and just kind of using it that one time, kind of showing it off a little bit. I don't mind it. It's going to make it a bit trickier for the attack inside. They got to stay on their toes now. They got to kind of keep that in mind and keep that in consideration. Tens, though, has been lighting it up. As an individual, he's probably kept his team in this a good couple of rounds, if I'm honest, especially on that defending side. And a quick lead. This is a lot of pressure towards B early on and a split towards Showers as well. So the attack inside kind of spreading themselves throughout. They're not too worried yet. This is just kind of keep those, extremities in control. Keep the, outskirts of the map available to them to ensure no, stacks come up against them. And right now you're seeing a 3-man play towards B. So again, Stack's been leaning this way.
Relic's trying to work his way forward on the Omen with the smokes. Has his breach right behind him, but already some utility has been invested by Shinobi. Around the corner, Stellar waiting on that Sage. Ice wall is up. Ishi on top. Relics is going to wait out his own smoke, and you got to be questioning the B push at this point. There's a lot of noise over here, and you just heard a camera being used. They're going to full commit here, or are they going to hit the portal?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it was based off maybe some success over by A, and that's not been the case. It's not really pulled many people off the angle either. You still got Sage there. I guess Sage backed off slightly, so they do have step towards side. 25 seconds. They got to go now. It cannot wait any longer. Spike needs to go down. Relics needs this kill, and he gets his cells fallen, and maybe there's a chance.
Really nice play by Relics. He thought he hit someone with the paranoia. Didn't see it, but the bubble will have the weapon poking through just the edge. Advantage of the Omen, pushing through your own smokes. One player still holding that left corner around the edge from Relics. And Jack is going to throw up his wall. Knows the position, takes the fight anyway. Relics is pushing back to protect the spike.
I know exactly.
2 versus 3 makes it a 1 versus 3 as Proto finds Relics and the rocket comes out, but they're running out of time on the defuse. 10. Answering back. Lauren, I am losing my feed, so take it away. But this is a messy round that could go to Mixup. Do they get it? No?
I don't know. My feed is definitely jumping around a bit there.
Yep.
I mean, could Tens do any more? That's the thing, right? It pops out the ult. He spams through the I was about to say through the smoke, but through the cage. I mean, he did everything he could. It's Tens and Friends is still the real deal. Apparently, this guy is just like hard carry. Goddamn. Yeah, he's doing his best. So, as I said, the feed for me is still pretty. Apologize for this.
Yeah, sorry, chat. We're gonna figure this out over time. In the meantime, don't we have great voices? Also, shout out to our players. If you're just joining us, this is Cloud9 versus Mixup. This is the quarterfinals. I think I got my feedback now, as we should be able to jump into it again. 10-7 here in Valorant. It only takes 13 rounds to lock up the game. So Mixup going for the final 3. But a big attack, a big clutch coming in from Cloud9 as 10's delayed just long enough to stop that defuse. Keeps them in the game with 7 rounds, and they'll have the advantage here in number 18.
All right, slow piece up towards B long. They just step. Oh no, that flash! Oh no, Jack! Oh dear, Jack just mauling 2 of them. The flash couldn't have been more perfect. But Tens, the hard carry, has arrived. It looks like I'm losing the feed this time. So you know what? You hop in.
Yeah, all right, it's a 2-way street this time, but it can make out Relics pushing up. He hit the paranoia, opening things up for Tens. So Tens, after getting the frag in the back, rotating safely. They have Spike in hand. They can still hit the portal and go over to A. Tens in the cubby, though, is waiting for the bait. Relics makes the noise. Tens goes for his 4th pick, but this time Hop and holds strong. The rotation now finally through as Relics is going for the Spike plant. We're going to see his Cypher. That's now Vice playing with him in this tournament. Coming from short A to watch. Very tough retake scenario. It's going to be just the Brimstone hopping in the 1 versus 2. And he's down to 23 health. A single bullet, he's done.
Does he? How much do you want to put to this, Hoppin? That's the thing, right? You could ult off one of these 2 sides and just go full wild man. We'll see. He's got towards a spike. It looks like he's kind of taking his time a little here. Expecting one U-haul. That's not it. Doesn't draw the peek out either. They're not falling for this one, and Vice, a safe pair of hands. Keeping control of it. And again,
I guess on the plus side,
we get it going.
On the plus side, you got your Omen to invest his ultimate at the end to secure the round. So Cloud9 definitely investing heavy. Here's how Jax opened things up, picked up 2 and hurt the 3rd, dropping Relics down to 33. Great start of that defense, but Cloud9 brings it back in their favor as some nice trades immediately followed that up. 8-10. Cloud9 with the monetary advantage, but we should see weapons back on Mixup. If we could check in, as I said, actually, we'll find out everyone is poor. They've invested in half armor, and they're going back to the pistols here, Lauren.
Yeah, I've got to say, credit where it's due to some of these individuals on Cloud9. They are stepping up. I mean, for me, I do feel like I'm not seeing the best of a collective. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm seeing the best of a collective. I'm seeing 10s popping off. I'm seeing individuals popping up, and I want to see these kind of, overall looks to a team. I want to see, these kind of set pieces. I want to see, interesting, unique takes on things. But still, it's still early in the game. And I think for Cloud9, they're kind of falling into a comfort zone, which is what they need, and it works with this composition they have. 10's gonna, cut down Jack, no worries. And beyond that, this is kind of, all done. Put a little, put a fork in it. It's done. It's easy enough to kind of walk through. And Cloud9 have woken up. We said we wanted to see it. We wanted to see them kind of, find a bit of footing here. And they definitely have. I mean, between 10s and Relics, I feel like they've been, towards the top end of things. Mitch has been solid. Vice, Shinobi, they're all okay. They're doing, enough. But I've got to say, it's Tens and Relics to the forefront of my mind who are doing very well here. And I do like to say as well, like credit and to the NA scene. I love seeing kind of the North American scene of Counter-Strike players, players from other games, especially PUBG players as well. I'm seeing so many of these like different people from all across the scene turning up and watching this. This is pretty cool. I did see Tens losing out life to the bomb, but I'm pretty sure Tens' money's probably fine. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see. Like, but Neat is in chat, and I think yesterday it was literally just like a wall of verified people from like various esports. It was brilliant. I mean, it's been cool to see. We do see the operator out this time around, so again, this is going to be something to keep your eye on. And this is that operator lineup that looked quite nice. I know some of you were looking after that, looking to try and grab hold of that. And we want to see where he puts this. Again, I like mobile operators. I like people, to be continuously guessing where it's going to be utilized. Let's see if they can put maybe Cloud9 through their paces here.
And I always find it interesting when you see the Cypher pulling out the operator. Of course, they can scout out with their camera before they see a push even coming, but not always holding as hard edges you're used to as an opper. You can see everyone's still hanging out in the market. A very aggressive Jack, though, as you see the Phoenix used his ultimate push and got all of the information in the world. 3 players spotted. They're going to keep 3 stacked up on defense for Mix-Up. 2 on A, but that includes a Proto with a little bit of utility. Grenade, Boom Buddy. Set up for a push coming in potentially from the Brimstone. Lots of time still in this round, though. And you have to remember, this was a messy first half. Cloud9 on defense was absolutely struggling. They are 1 round away from tying it up at 10 apiece.
Bomb buddy out.
All right, let's keep on board with this then, because they definitely have stepped up, and now we should see the money kind of solidifying for Mix-Up as well. Tens has been the key component for me. He has been a huge influential factor, and of course you want that. Of course you want that. You want your kind of headline player to be playing it out well. I mean, the man's almost dropping at 30 in these sort of games, which is nuts. So let's have a little watch. Let's have a round with him. It looks like the main piece of the puzzle is going to come through from that hookah room. You can see it all kind of going together. They've all made it out, but Shinobi's there. The trade's good, though. That's really nice. Wait, Stella was able to make more than 1? I thought the trade was going to be good, but it's not good enough, and Tens is still here, and Tens is your danger man. They can't do enough this round.
Enemy down.
And this spells trouble for me. Normally,
Open up the sky.
your breach player Shinobi is on Sage. This time around, he ults, and Jack is gonna get the kill just in time.
I'm so mad, dude. I'm so freaking mad. If I was them, like, the time left, so he had to do something, right? So
Right.
Jack had to just play it safe, technically, initially. And then Breach puts down the ultimate. Jack has to swing and fight and has to kill him before he dies. Oh, man. Brutal way to lose a round. 9-11. I thought the trades were good on that site, but they just fell apart.
They hit each other with their breach ult. That's where it all went wrong for me. When Relics got hit, they weren't able to peek, weren't able to jump out of the hookah as planned. But Cloud9, not out of this yet. They've got to keep their financials in order. Tens leading the charge through the smoke. Will they expect the aggressor? They've been very patient on short A. Rarely is Tens just running through hookah or short. This time around, he's going to get the peek. Won't finish, but that brim is lit.
Let's go, Tens. Ultimate
There we go.
Get him.
How is Tens getting so much done here? Like, he's just got 2 kills, like, comfy. It doesn't even feel like he's, like, that, like, fussed about it. They've just locked it down. I mean, Tens is nuts. Everyone else, spikes to be planted. Site retake is going to be really rough, especially with Cypher now getting the information. Maybe I've spoken too soon. Why are they both peeking openly in these situations? Shinobi keeps it in check here, Puckett, but this is dangerous.
That was an enormous blast through the wall, taking out Stellar to make this a 2v1, I should say. Relic still up. Shinobi listening for it. And he is going to play this one safe as Relics is going to clutch. They've got the op back. Is Ten's going to take the op? We always see him opping when he's on Jet. Mostly Phantom play since he's taken over the Raze position today. But there is the 30 bomb you were speaking of, Lauren. We are officially at 30 after this play. It was the satchel, the rocket, and then the cleanup with the AR. Vandal clean on Jack.
Ay. $10-11. I mean, this is going to get interesting. those post plants make me nervous, right? Those post plants make me nervous. You sit in those scenarios and you're over peaking, they win the round. So like you kind of just shake it off anyway. But I get a little nervous. And defensive side aggression, they are on a weaker buy, so they're going to try and make something happen with it. And I'm sure Tens is going to pad those stats out real good here. This should be all even. This should be all even. Tens is going to be wrapping back around. I don't see a way for them to make it through this cleanly. But yeah, as I was saying, those post-plant situation, you have the spike down, peeking into that, especially with an advantageous situation, just, hold your angles. It makes me nervous, is what it does. They were fine in the end, so again, we kind of just ride it off and we move on. But Ten's going to be working forward nicely, cleanly towards A, clearing as he goes. That U-Haul definitely caught a glimpse of someone there, so they're going to try and isolate that.
Spike planted.
Alright, maybe this is as attacking-sided as people have been telling me, but I don't know. I feel like the composition for Cloud9 just works better on here. Puckett, I mean, what are your thoughts in this? Like, we're 11-11 now. Mixup have just kind of gone a little quiet, I feel. I've kind of stopped seeing it. It's kind of become the 10 show. Like, what are we meant to do?
It's kind of nutty. I think it comes back to the pistol round for me. They lost it, and then they clutched up on the eco. If they don't win that eco round, you do not get to 10-10. You do not bring this to 11-11.
There.
You mentioned it, attacker-sided, though, and I think we've seen the composition way more attacker-friendly for Cloud9. The Omen, the smokes can go anywhere on the map. Tens, of course, very powerful grenades to push people out of position, and then his Vandal has been pure. Relics is going to lead him through long B at the start here. Bomb Buddy's going to go into hookah to make some noise. Expect a slow round, though. I don't expect him to commit right away. Jack investing his ultimate down B should find Relics, but very limited information.
Look at this clear that Tens is doing. Very, very meticulous. Like, look at this guy. We're on Tens cam. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Immortals First Light 10 stream. That's it. It's all you want. It's all you're going to get. The guy is dropping like 30s. I mean, I don't blame you for wanting to watch this. Let's see what he can do with it now. So he's cleared all the way through towards hookah. He's used his utility. He's got 2 of his satchels left, so he can still make a couple of plays if he wants to. Does he hear any of these steps? Oh, dearie me.
Poor Jack.
Oh, dearie me. Jack, we didn't expect it, did we? Caught off guard and an easy pickup. Don't make it easier for Tens. He doesn't need help.
The chat's spamming, stay on Tens. Don't worry, we got you. Tens the playmaker, 2 people to beat. Cypher holding safely behind sight, and of course, always a player stacked up at the elbow. That's going to be Stellar on the Sage. Stellar still without Resurrect. Looking for 1 or 2 more kills before he can bring back their 5th player. But the A side is now open after Vice finds the kill up at Heaven. Relics is going to put pressure. Tens finally down, so it's up to the rest of Cloud9 with Spike planted at A. They've got the positioning they want. The rotation's coming through. There will eventually be a challenger from Heaven, if not both from CT.
Stim beacon here.
And Proto finding Vice is a pretty good step. Mitch now. Gonna have to go pretty big here to control this. It's a big angle. The double peek is really well laid out, though. Mitch going down. It's all on Shinobi, I think.
And Shinobi, not much to work with here. Doesn't need anything other than his gun. And as he goes to the equipment, A-Proto re-peeks and finishes off the defuse. Very interesting setup by Cloud9. I thought they were going to have that A-bomb site locked down. Instead, they kind of just stacked up, hung out around the showers, and slowly, one by one, they got picked off. Nice intro coming in from the Cypher as Mixup is now on match point. They were dominant in the first half. I think it was 9-2 at one point. Now we're looking at a 12-11. Cloud9 needs to win back-to-back for some OT here.
Yeah, we've gone all the way. I mean, What's the money like? Ooh, operator on the attack inside. 10's feeling it. All right, let's see what you got. 10, show me the money. Show me the money. If you're going to just slowly walk this up, hey, you better be able to bang the shots when you get them. I mean, I believe in 10's. I believe in what he can do, but oh no, is he just... that little white dot. Ooh, goodbye. Bye-bye, Hoppin'. Oh, 10's, you're filthy. I love it. Let's see, any more 10's? What can you do? The one-man band just walking through the entire map.
I just love that he pings the map as well to let the observers know, like, hey, stay on me. I'm about to hit this shot. Race and Phoenix scared to show their faces on the A bomb site, and for good reason. And it's going to be so tough for Jack and A Proto to hold on because everyone's surging forward now for Cloud9.
Prepare for hellfire.
Yeah, you can hear the ultimate. You can hear it. Oh, 10. Stop doing it to him, buddy. It's a
I know
scroll. You gave him hope and you're going to take it away and take it to OT. Is that really what you're going to do to them? These guys came through such a, a long run to get here, and this is the way they might bow down. Is 10's just doing everything he wants to in every single way. This is unbelievable.
Stellar in the 1 versus 5, and you still got a breach ultimate to deal with. Doesn't even get a shot off before Relics finds the heady. 12-12. We're going to reset it, put $5,000 in everyone's bank account, and let's see the first overtime here of the quarterfinals update. It looks like TSM was able to win their first game into game number 2, but here is 10's trying to give Cloud9 a leg up after hitting the shot on Hoppin'. The Raze comes challenging with the ultimate, picks her out of the sky, and puts them on match point.
My boy Robbie Wiz lost the first map against Immortals as well. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. I need to cast him. He's the Canadian sensation. Don't leave me hanging. 12-12. No operators could be out this time, of course. But yeah, as if this has gone 12-12. I was like, all right, well, this could be an early night for me, saying that at 1 a.m., but...
not so much.
As if it's got to OT. This is nuts. And can you imagine if it was the other way around? I mean, Cloud9 only came alive on this attacking side, which is a little crazy to me. And we're going to see Shinobi with the early utility, just going to clear a path up towards Hookah to gather some early ground.
Is Physic on the op? Can we flash the financials real quick before any players make a move? Because Physic has been known to go with the half buy for his armor and pull out the sniper rifle. Instead, it's only 10's who has gone for the big boy toy.
There.
They still don't have any information on the op. Just using the assault rifle to take down the bomb buddy. It's always A Proto holding this A site. Meanwhile, the Cypher plays alongside the Sage over at B with the rotating Jack on Phoenix. And it looks like they just want to keep making a little bit of noise outside of Hookah. And then this is eventually going to become an A hit, judging by the positioning on the mini-map. 10's gives away his position and doesn't connect this time on Hoppin'.
I don't think he cares. He's just re-peaked it. He's just re-peaking. 10's could not care less. And I don't blame him. If you're having one of these games where everything's just landing for you, go off. Just keep running it. We do see, I think, Phoenix there up towards top of rafters, towards the Heaven Peak. But they're not sure where to go. And you can just leave 10's to hold this angle. That gives you so much step towards the side itself. And Shinobi's going to find a Proto. Already this is looking pretty bad for the defending side. Just look at this. If it's not 10's, it's going to be Shinobi. And 10's wants in on the action as well.
He just put so much fear into the entire Mixup roster. They all draw back. Shinobi gets the intro too. And now it is just 2 players left up. The Cypher on Physic. Working with the Sage Stellar. Can they retake versus 4? Physic pushing through. The cage is going to find 10's, but no, it's Vice who gets the headshot, and that is going to be it. Vice cleaning up after Shinobi gets it started. 10's with the op, striking fear, and Cloud9 with a ridiculous comeback to steal this one, 13-12.
Yeah, I don't know if it should